Look, Mamai.
Mamai.
Isn't that cool? Welcome back to the adventure of restoring the 1959 Meyers 12-footer. On the first episode, we worked on stripping all of the paint, and today is something I've actually been very excited to actually do. It's a couple days after Thanksgiving, and I figured, okay, we have a long weekend, let's try to get and do some water tests. So before doing that, I know I showed you in the episode before that the boat actually does have a patch that has been just caulked in at the bottom. So that's gonna be something that of course we're going to have to address. But the most important thing for me is really looking at the rivets, right? So we know we have these rivets throughout the boat. I wanna do a water test. We're gonna put about 3 or 4 inches of water at the bottom of the boat. And we're gonna see if there's any leaks apart from that patch, which looks a little suspect, and I think we're going to have to address. But in order to do that, I do have some tools. If we do find some leaks, we're gonna go and get those addressed, hopefully. If we have to change the rivets, we'll have to do that. But I think it's a main part, a very important part prior to actually doing the outside exterior finishing and polishing of the boat, is to making sure we find, replace, and kind of fix any leaking issues. Ideally, after we fix the boat, I would like to take this thing on the lake and actually put it in there and see if it floats, right? But we're still some ways away. So let's do a walk around of the boat so you can see what it currently looks like, and I'll show you some areas that I think are a little bit suspect. So thank you for joining me and thank you for watching, and let's see what we can do today. So as we're walking through the boat, right, you can see that there's still some paint marks that were left outside. But the most important things for me is that I revealed all the rivets, right? So this is gonna be very important in actually identifying and seeing if any of these are leaky. I'll show you the patch that I'm talking about right here. You can see this. We're going to have to address this. This is going to have to be re-welded, unless of course this is not leaking and it's not an issue. I think long term we're gonna have to make sure this is okay. There are some areas where there are some missing bolts here, and this could be an area where water can come in. We're going to see how these hold up. These are just held, as you can see, by looks like some stainless steel nuts over there with some screws. So we know we have one missing. Due to the electrolysis and the corrosion, you can kind of see what it looks like, right? So we know what this is about. We're going to talk about electrolysis at a later stage, and maybe even in this video kind of review why this kind of pitting happens. And this is pretty much due to the effect of salt water with electricity, right? And aluminum in this case, which is a metal that can pit and corrode very easily through electrolysis. Thankfully enough, it seems like the hull is made of some pretty good material, and the pitting did not actually affect or have any places where there was any holes, maybe except for here. There is another section towards the bow of the boat that I have not revealed yet, because this is going to be another surprise. Not sure what's in here, maybe some pitting or some holes. You can see that the boat had been in some sort of damage. There's some dents there, but nevertheless, we're gonna take care of this soon, and we're gonna make sure and check all these nuts and rivets to make sure that they're all holding up okay. So update on what's going on. It took about, I would say maybe about 8 minutes or so to fill the boat with about 3.5 inches of water. So what we're trying to do is create enough pressure on the top side to see if any water percolates and goes through to the bottom of the boat. That way we can identify the areas that we need to actually retighten the rivets or maybe look at the bolts and the nuts. But it is an important part before I actually put the boat into the water, because of course the last thing I want to do is be stuck in the middle of a lake with no rescue, right? And I don't want to sink this to the bottom of the lake. So before I put myself and my daughter inside this boat, we gotta do the leak test. So far it's been 15 minutes and we're gonna check in about 20 minutes more. Yos! So, welcome to the bottom of the boat. This actually looks really promising. I don't see any leaks right now, which makes me think that if things go well, maybe I put the sucker in the lake. Now, I don't have the engine going, but at least I can, you know, go around and lake around. First thing though, we have to check the back of the boat. After we're done checking the back of the boat, we're gonna do a similar test on the bow of the boat. So we're gonna put about 3 to 4 inches on the front side of the boat and do the same test to see if we have any leaks. But so far, I'm actually quite impressed. Now, this is a boat from the 1950s, so you can actually tell that there were some repairs made, especially here on the bottom. You'll see that there's some sort of epoxy that's actually holding some of the things together. And that's actually pretty impressive that after all these years it's held up. If you look at the state of the rivets themselves, they look in great condition. And I'm actually quite surprised that there's no leaks, but that is actually really positive because it saves me a ton of work. In any case, I need to try to figure out what do I do with the bottom of the boat. Do I epoxy it? Do I put some sort of coating to kind of prevent it from happening again? I do like the mirror finish, but maybe because of the condition of the electrolysis at the bottom, it might be better to just paint the bottom of the boat with a protective coating so that we don't have any leaks. More on that soon.
What? Why are you in the boat?
I'm checking leaks under the boat.
Okay. I think it's over there.
Second boat leak test is underway. It's also a good way to actually give it a little clean on the inside and try to see if anything is going on. Okie dokie. So, doing now the front part inspection of the boat, the bow. Have the here on some cylinder blocks. Surprising, but actually we're looking really good. Some of the lighting here sucks. Let me turn this way. So we have essentially gone at the bottom. You can see the bottom there. I've been inspecting this periodically every like 5 to 10 minutes just to try to check to see if we can actually identify or see any leaks that are coming in through the boat. So far I haven't seen anything, so I'm gonna give it another 20-30 minutes. I put an extra inch of water to give a little bit more pressure, and again, we won't know until we get into the lake, but at least this gives me an indication if there's any leaks.
Hello everybody, today we're gonna walk on the motor. Yeah, we're gonna change the oil, and we're gonna try to turn on the motor.